that time of year when the temperature's rising, yeah. No telling what you'll find, yeah. Just when the things outside, yeah. But nigga, you know the vibe. Nutcrackers get it wavy. Bubble houses for the babies. Got it feeling like the 80s. Summer bringing out the ladies, yeah. Must be something in the air. It's here but anywhere. Can't help but go there. That body's so unfair. Quite like winter fall. The vibe is not the same.
Yes.
Undress takes my breath away. Undress in my mind and play it on.
Yes. Come on in, family. Put your nines up. You already know.
Must be the way it falls on your curve. Should be against the law the way you were. I just can't wait for.
I see you. Come on in. Do-wah, do-wah, do-wah. Yes, Grand Rising. Put your nines up. You know the vibes. Woo, look at those nines, baby. Let me know where you from. Yes, Deasia. Yes, Deasia. We are wearing red today. Make sure y'all smash that like heart emoji right now. Smash that like button. Share the 10 groups. Let's go. Louisiana in the building. I see you. Detroit, Michigan. Let's go. Smash that like button. Smash that heart button. Let's get the algorithm kicking. Let's get the algorithm kicking, y'all. Activate, activate. Let's go. Melanin activate. Melanin activate. Hey, grand rising to the royal family. Everybody that's in the building. Uncle Mayat. Put your nines up. Put your nines up. We got people from all over the planet over here. Make sure y'all smash that heart and that like button right now. Welcome to the Lighthouse. Like, share, subscribe, all of that, all of that. If you're on YouTube, make sure you subscribe. You're on Facebook, make sure you hit that follow button. Turn your notifications on. Let's get it. So yeah, before I get started, I always like to shout out my first 9. Let me give them some love. First and foremost, because I know you guys have been on for a minute. I'm a little bit late today. We had a lot going on yesterday. We sold out of the Tibet singing bowls yesterday. Whole lot of work to be done. Good problems, good problems. Shout out to, first and foremost, Sonia Sunshine. She was on first and foremost early this morning, 9:09. She came on at 9:09. Yeah. After that, we had Body by Brazil. Shout out to Body by Brazil. After that, we had Burna B in the building out of Long Island. After that, we had Ascend 444 in the building. Where you from, Ascend? Let them know. After that, we had Prophets Before Sunrise in the building out of Jamaica. If you don't know, now you know. I believe that's Mark Blake. And then we also had Andrea Burnett out of Texas. Texas in the building. After that, we had Jimmy Williams out of the Shy. How many is that? I can't count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We got 2 more. 2 more. All right, we got Jay Chill, the first. Do-wah, Jay Chill. You made the cut. And then last, but certainly not least, we have Latifah Foster in the building out of NC. Speaking of North Carolina, I will be in Greensboro this weekend. We are having a meet and greet. If you want to be involved in that meet and greet, while I'm down there, I'll be shooting a movie and we're going to have a meet and greet. So if you want to be involved in that, if you want to come around, have some breakfast with us or some dinner, whatever we're going to do, make sure you hit me up after the show and we can link. Yeah. I see Wisconsin in the building. Shout out to everybody. We got, man, listen, we heavy. Lighthouse is heavy. Stop playing. We all over the place. Long Island, Cleveland. Yeah. I see you. All right, do I. So before we go in today, I definitely, first and foremost, we got to get the frequency right. Get out your Tibet singing bowls. Let's get it going. I had to catch that one. That was a good one. Yes. So we drink our water at a frequency of 432 hertz every morning. This is the frequency of healing, heart chakra. If you would like to drink this kind of water, the Lighthouse is now in the business of producing these Tibet singing bowls to help you to charge your water on a daily basis. If you didn't know, so listen, man, our Tibet singing bowls sold out in less than 24 hours. They're gone. To this day, they gone. To this, if you ain't hop on it, they gone. They gone. Make sure y'all smash that like button, that heart button one time for the Tibet singing bowls out of the Lighthouse. Smash that like button, smash that heart button. We did it. All the pre-sales are done, and they will be shipping out. Actually, they're already shipped out, so they should be here very shortly, and you guys should be receiving them soon. And then once we get another shipment, I'll be making the announcement that we'll be doing another production run. If you want to be a part of that, I suggest you hit me in my inbox now to get on the list, or go to the Lighthouse Store and subscribe, because that will be the quickest way to get it. So go to the Lighthouse Store and subscribe if you would like to know when the next set of Tibet singing bowls are coming out. Okay. Last link down there says Lighthouse Store, HTTPS, and so on and so on. So that's the address if you want to go to the store. Just subscribe to the store, and when it's time for the bowls to come out, you will get a notification letting you know that the new line of the bowls are ready for production and ready for shipment. So today, what I want to talk about is the teachings of Ptah-Hotep, the oldest book in the world. The oldest book in the world. Yes. Now, I know, some of you may be under the impression that the Bible is the oldest book in the world and that it's a legitimate history book. It is not older than this book. Okay? It's not older. This is the oldest book in the world. Many times when we deal with individuals and they want to talk about the ancients, they automatically resort back to the Bible, right? Automatic. When you read this material, right, it shows you how the ancients, prior to the invasion of Christianity or any religion, already had a moral and ethical code. Okay. They already had a moral and ethical code. And you have to ask yourself, well, if they already had a moral and ethical code, where did it come from prior to a God or a Jesus or a Allah or any of these Jehovah's that they introduced to the world? How did they have a moral and ethical code prior to any of this going on if they were never taught that? Who taught them? Where did it come from? Right? So this book it has many different things in it. It's kind of like the book of Proverbs in the Bible. It's kind of like that book where it has just a bunch of action-packed wisdom, right? Condensed, crystallized wisdom, right? And they're random. So it's not like when you go in, this is like a manual, right? Because growing up, I would say as an ancient, right? You was kind of learning along the way, right? It wasn't something that you came here with just a set of rules. You had to kind of figure it out. These are the guys that figured it out prior to religion, right? Prior to things being organized and nice and packaged for you guys as to how you're supposed to live your life, right? You know, the the live life starter kit that you get, you know, the Christian starter pack or the Muslim starter pack. Prior to all of that, you had this, and they were written on scrolls and walls, right? Temple walls all over the place, right? This is what you had to learn from, right? So this particular book has some things that I want to talk about today because, you know, the overall consensus today, when dealing with black sons, right? Black sons, raising black boys, right? Raising young men, right? When dealing with that in the black community, it is something where you can see that there's a gap of lost divine knowledge and guidance, I should say, right? Um, a mother, not so much, I would say. Mothers have been able to always be in the household for the most part when dealing with black families and dealing with sons. It's usually the mother or the grandmother or the aunt that is raising our young black boys. So now, you know, there is a shift in consciousness, right? Because there's a shift in knowledge, there's a shift in consciousness. Because there are less black men in the home, the knowledge, the containment of knowledge that is usually there that come from a divine masculine perspective is lacking. So what that does is that puts young black boys in a perspective where they have to search, right? They have to search. And this book has some chapters in there, specifically from what is his name? I want to make sure I get his name. Kajemni. We go over. I actually did a video on Kajemni a couple years ago that you may find on YouTube if you search hard enough, or Facebook, one of the two. But in any case, this is his writing that's in this book. He's also in here with Ptah-Hotep, and he talks about obedience. And I was reading this, and it was just blowing my mind. Him and Ptah-Hotep, the way that they go in on this is phenomenal. So I want to read some passages from this just so you can see the perspective that we're going from before we get there. But before we do that, I want to set the premise. You know, like I said, black men are being raised by black women in homes from the moment that they are born as babies, right? Their only real, I should say, the only real thing for a baby to do is to find its mother's breast. It's a means of survival, right? But then as they get, as these babies grow up, you know, these little boys and little girls, as they grow up, you know, they start to look into other things to learn. They start to mimic what it is that they see, right? And this is human nature. This is what humans do as we grow up. The best way that we learn is by mimicking, just by copying. And a lot of this is natural, right? But these teachings here in the teachings of Ptah-Hotep does cover some things, and I want to talk about a little bit when it talks about obedience from sons to fathers, right? Let me get rid of these comments so we can read it here. It says, if thou obey these things that I have said unto thee, all the demeanors shall be of the best. For verily, the quality of truth is among their excellences. Set the memory of them in the mouths of the people. For their proverbs are good. Nor shall any word that hath here been set down cease out of this land forever, but shall be a pattern whereby princes shall speak well. they, my words, shall instruct a man how he shall speak. After he hath heard them, yea, he shall become as one skillful in obeying, excellent in speaking. After he hath heard them, good fortune shall befall him, for he shall be of the highest rank. He shall be gracious to the end of his life. So, what this is talking about is things that need to happen before greatness comes out of someone, things that need to happen in order for good fortune to happen to someone, things that need to happen in order for a person to excel in life and be of the highest rank. Okay. In order for us to steer young black men to a certain demeanor, it has to be seen first. Now, we talked about a little bit of this when we talked about Kobe and Mike Jordan yesterday. How, in order for a young child, right, and this is not gender based, this is just child in general, right? In order for a child to be the best that they can be, they have to see the best that they can see. Ugh. In order for a child to be the best that they can be, they have to see the best that they can see. Man, let's go over some of this. Actually, before we even go there, let's go here first. Let's talk about obedience for a second. It says, a splendid thing, right? Actually, before we go there, let's go back to the first paragraph. His knowledge shall be his guide into a place of security. We're talking about a son, like when he's looking at his father, he's looking at somebody who's watching, right? His knowledge shall be in his guide into a place of security, wherein he shall prosper while on earth. The scholar shall be content in his knowledge. As to the prince in his turn, forsooth his heart shall be happy, his tongue made straight. And in these proverbs, his lips shall speak, his eyes shall see, and his ears shall hear that which is profitable for his son, so that he deal justly, void of deceit. A splendid thing is the obedience of an obedient son. He cometh in and listeneth obediently. Excellent in hearing, excellent in speaking is every man that obeyeth what is noble. And the obedience of an obeyer is a noble thing. Obedience is better than all things that are. It maketh good will. How good it is that a son should take that from his father by which he hath reached old obedience. Wait, this is about old obedience, not new. This is crazy. Just check this out. That which is desired by the God is obedience. Disobedience is abhorred of the God. Verily, it is the heart that maketh its master to obey or to disobey. For the safe and sound life of a man are his heart. It is the obedient man that obeyeth what is said. He that loveth to obey, the same shall carry out commands. Whoa. Whoa. So the title of this book, family, is The Teachings of Ptah-Hotep. This is the oldest book in the world. This is the oldest book in the world. The first author, right? Ptah-Hotep. And we're talking about obedience, right? And how when a son is watching his father, right? He's watching the life of his father. He begins to mimic his father naturally. He does not need guidance in this area. It's a involuntary response for a son to mimic his father. You know how some of y'all, let's talk about it. Some of y'all, you may be single parents, father's not in the household, but you may find yourself seeing your son or your daughter doing things that the father who is not in the household used to do. Oh yeah, it's by design. It's by design. You can't run from it, right? So it behooves us, right, knowing that this is a natural thing, that when we have children, right, we have to choose wisely the father. We have to choose wisely the father, right? And yes, the book is not expensive. It is like $5. You have to choose wisely the father, because there are things that are passed down innately, okay, that you will not be able to control, that are natural occurrences of nature, right? Somebody said, now you tell me. Right? You have to choose wisely. Why? Because here's the thing, and I'm just going to tell you from my own experience that I know that this is why this is a confirmation that I know that this is real. As many of you know, I didn't meet my father till I was probably in my 20s, right? I didn't have a real conversation with him and sit down and actually talk to him till I was in my 20s. And this is in a jail cell, literally, right? And there were things in this conversation that I picked up, not from what he was saying, right? But simply from how he was living, breathing, and moving, that I learned about life in the 5 minutes of me being able to see him. I learned more about life in those 5 minutes than any teacher, scholar, or anyone was able to teach me about myself. There's nothing that anyone can do to take that level of intel away from you once you connect to it as a young Black male or a young Black woman meeting their father or meeting their mother, right? Remember, I told you this is not gender based, so this could be either or, right? There's something about the parental unit. There's something about you being able to see yourself in the future. Ooh. Right? A glimpse into your future and your past life. Just from the way he puts words together, right? Right? His thought process, his speed of speech, right? The things that you may find in common, little mannerisms, the way he or she may blink, turn left or right, the things that were not taught to you by your parental unit, the things that were passed down to you. These are the gifts. Sometimes you got gifts that you don't know you have. And you may not see that, right, until it's revealed to you, right? You got to open up the gift. And the way that you open up the gift is by connecting with your parents, right? That's how you open up. That's one way that you open up the gift. Another way that you open up the gift is that inner work, that shadow work, right? Tapping into yourself, meditation, the things that you can bring out of yourself that maybe your mother or your father was never able to bring out of themselves. Ooh, major key. Doesn't mean it's not in you, right? You have levels of generations. You have levels of generations of gifts being passed down. Why do you think that we not acknowledge and reverence the ancestors so much? They have the treasure trove of gifts. They have the treasure trove of gifts. So when people say, oh, yeah, oh, don't be looking to the past. And then it's like, well, how would you know the measure? Why would you not want to skip the steps, right? Why would you want to do the work that has already been done, right, by the ancestors? You're supposed to pick up from where the ancestors left off, carry the torch, right, and keep it going. See what I'm saying? So many cases, when we look at even adults, we say, oh, yeah, this is a grown woman acting like this. This is a grown man acting like this. Listen, from the time you are here on this planet, you will always be a child in learning mode. I know we like to think that, oh, yeah, we grown and we got it all together, right? But from the time you were born, you in learning mode. You're learning yourself. You're learning others. You're learning the planet, the universe. You're nonstop learning mode. So never think that you have arrived, right, to where you can't seek knowledge in some way, shape, form, or fashion. Now, some of us, where we were born, our parents, they were already gone. Some of us were born without parents, right? Some of us were born without a father. Some of us were born without a mother. Mothers pass away, right? Some of us are adopted. So where does that leave us? That leaves us in a space where us as a people, us as a village, we now have to fill these crevices. We now have to fill these cracks with people who represent these divine masculine and these divine feminine energies to serve the rest of our village, right? We can't just leave people out there without any type of guidance. You need some sort of successor or somebody who's in front of you that's doing what it is you're trying to do so that you can fall in line. This is the way we learn. Ironically, as a child, children learn by playing. A child playing is important business, right? A child playing is important business. So think of the magnitude of a father playing with his child. I know, right? See, y'all forgot how children learn. They don't learn by a father just disciplining their child. That's not the way that it works, right? They're giving you the formula. The formula for children to learn is by playing. And if you want them to learn about their past life, how to respond, about their present life, how to move, and about their future, how to prepare, they have to play not with just other children. Hello. I know we like to send the kids out. Go play with your kids. Go play with their friends. Go play. Huh? No. It comes from the relationship of the child playing with the parent. See what I'm saying? Playing with the parent. Presidential said, I see excitement in my dad when sometimes I articulate things that maybe he thought but had trouble unlocking. Whoa, you are them and they are you, but our talents, abilities, and personalities differ. Heavy. And see, that excitement, right? That excitement that you're seeing is what we call, that's old knowledge, old obedience, right? Remember what they was talking about in the Passion. They talk about the old knowledge, the old obedience, because now his knowledge has capsulated, it's crystallized to where he can stand outside of it. He has a full understanding as to what his role is in your life. Major key, right? But many of the Black fathers don't even make it to that age to even understand that, to understand that new revelations get revealed as you get older. You're still learning, right? This is why he's excited. You know, you ever learn something new? You ever realize how excited you get when you learn something new? When it's old news, you don't get excited, right? If it's something that you already know, it's just like, oh yeah, you know, man, we nonchalant when we learn, we already know something. It's like, when we get excited, it's because it's something that we really just learned. It's something that we're really excited about. It's breaking open something that it's exposing us to a part of the world we haven't seen maybe in a long time or even ever. Right? So what he's seeing in you is that revelation. Right? He's seeing you being able to tap into the areas that he may have been too old to recognize was there the whole time. Because it's not like these things just appear, right? The skills, the talents, the obedience, the intelligence, they don't just appear. They were always there. It just had to be brought out. This is why we deal with, we show the symbolism of the snake or the Kundalini energy coiled up, right? The chakras, right? These are things that open up. It's like a snake that's dormant, that's coiled. And then when it stands upright, right? That's when it's most effective. C.M. Bailey makes a good point. It says, our challenge is breaking 400 years of calling the white man our masters to break, and many are lost in that past. You are absolutely right. You are absolutely right. This is layered. This is layered, right? So we have so many variables, things that are in play to keep us from that. And these things were done purposefully, right? There's a reason why when you were on welfare, a black man could not be in the home, right? The thing that's supposed to assist you literally is the reason why homes are broken right now. Right now. The very same thing that was supposed to assist you was created to actually destroy you. So that now we don't even know how a home is supposed to operate anymore. We don't even know how it's supposed to operate anymore. There are literally black men who don't want to be in the home, period. They just want to make babies. There are literally black women, right, who don't want a black man in the home. They just want to make babies. What is that? We've lost all concept of what a house is supposed to look like, right? We've lost all concept of what a home looks like, right? We've lost the ability to learn. We've lost the ability to play. We've lost the ability to be obedient to nature, the natural order of things, right? So how do we fix that? What's the solution? Right? It's going to come from us first having the recognition. When you go to AA class, one of the first things you got to do, they say, hi, I'm Jamaar Milton, and I'm an alcoholic, right? That's how you got to do that, right? Right? You know why that's the first step? You have to first acknowledge where you are. And I think that's an issue with black people too, right? That's an issue with our community. You have to acknowledge first where we are in history, right? In terms of evolving as a village, we have to look at us collectively and say, all right, when we compare ourselves to the rest of the demographics of the planet, where do we stand in terms of moral and ethical code and things when it comes to family, right? And when it comes to family, we realize that it first starts off with relationships, right? Before we even get to the family, there's a root cause to that, and that starts with relationships, one-on-one, like man, woman, right? Creating human beings, how we deal with one another, right? And then we realize, oh, okay, that one-on-one, yeah, there's a root cause of that. And what's the root cause of that? The root cause of that is self. It's like you want your family, or you want your son and your daughter, right, to be great, right? Everybody wants that. The question is, are you great? If the child is learning by watching you, if the child is perceiving life, right, through your lens, through how through your perspective and how you present life and what it's supposed to be, all the ups, downs, ins and outs. If they're getting it from you, what do you expect your child to be? If you are less than par, what do you expect that child to do? Right? If you aren't there to show them how to do it, how do you expect them to excel? How do you expect them to fly if you don't give them a platform to fly? How do you expect them to know they can fly if you don't show them flight? They won't even know it exists. There are people in my own city who don't even know the name of the street 2 blocks down. Don't even know the name of the street 2 blocks down. But yeah, you're going to turn around and tell your son and your daughter, oh yeah, you know, the world is yours. You can be anything that you want to be. You can go anywhere you want to go. What's go where? 2 blocks away? You see them see? You got to show them something. You got to show them something. And somebody said that starts with the man in the mirror. And that's what, if you don't want it for yourself, why would a child want it for themselves? They watching you. Right? They watching you. So, you know, and playing devil's advocate, you know, we're not the ancients. This is not 3000 BC where, you know, families are moving together in clusters like, you know, ducks, nomads moving across the planet. And, you know, we have to rely on each other like that. It's not like that anymore. So now there's a different demographic, there's different variables in play. We get all of that, right? There are things that are happening in the world that have changed the way we live. So what we have to realize is the history that we created all of these systems, right? And moving forward, we have to realize that everything starts with self. And then from there, we can transliterate that and break that out in our abundance. We can give from our abundance of what we're doing for ourselves. You see? Don't expect your children to be greater than you. Don't expect them to be greater than you if you're not great. Period. That's accountability. That's like, oh man, you know what? Let me do what I got to do to be great, right? And I don't mean greatness in the shallow, you know, the shallow way that we see it, you know, here in America. You got to be a superstar, and you know, you got to have 10 mansions and 400 cars. That's not what we're talking about, right? We're talking about a moral and ethical code, a practice, right? A level of obedience to nature, right? To the natural order of things, balance, mayat, greatness, black excellence. Different level of excellence before money came into play. I know, you know, we like to see things in a certain way, but we got to fix that. We got to fix that. Right? You want like it's what did you say? You want to be the change you want to see? You want to be the change you want to see? Right? Like what Tashi just said. We talk about these things, but what does it take to actually get there? Right? And it's going to always start with self. Right? What is your moral and ethical code? We stood on the 42 laws or negative confessions, I should say, of Ma'at. Right? And when you read the 42 negative confessions, you realize that most of the negative confessions deal with self. It deals with self. Anything other than self, it's dealing with the planet, it's dealing with Earth and keeping the waters pure, right? The majority of what you're here to do on this planet if you're living an ancient African spiritual lifestyle. It's going to come down to self. That will ultimately trickle to your partner, right? And magnify Asar Aset Haru, right? It will magnify with your partner. And then from there, it transposes down into the children, right? It's a system. And this system is impenetrable. This is how human beings have survived for millions of years. This is how we've been here, by perpetuating the system over and over and over. So when you see the divine masculine collective moving in a direction that doesn't amplify this type of lifestyle or this type of production, you already know you're going left, right? You already know that this has to balance out in some way, shape, form, or fashion, and karmatic pressure is on its way. It's on its way. You know, a lot of people think like karma is something like, remember when Tupac came out with Thug Life, the hurt you give little infants F's everyone, right? He was essentially giving you the essence or the program of what we call karma, right? The system of karma, the science of karma by that. Okay? What you do to the future, which is the children, will ultimately hurt you in the future. Period. You see what I'm saying? The children is where we going, right? You are where we've been. You know, I know some of y'all like to think you're brand new, but you're washed. You're not running. The children are the ones, right? The hurt you give little infants F's everyone, right? That's how you end up 75, 85 in a nursing home with nobody caring about you, and you just be, you know what I mean? Nobody cares. Nobody cares. You see what I'm saying? Because you done did so much dirt to the kids. They don't even care about you now. They don't even care. Put your ass in a nursing home, for real, for real. Mm? They rather take care of their uncle who gave them candy from time to time and play basketball. You see what I'm saying? That's the way children learn, by playing, right? So when you're a nasty person, you know what I'm saying? You're nasty to the children. It comes back to you. That karmatic energy is very, very real, and you can't run from it. And people think that karma happens over time. No, karma is instant. Karma is instant because the energy is not destroyed. It's nearly just transforms. It's a chemical reaction. It happens immediately, right? So when you do dirt, you get dirt immediately. You automatically, as soon as you do it, you set off a chain reaction. You set off a chain reaction in the multiverse. Not just your universe, not just you, your this is a chain reaction in the multiverse. You're affecting the outside, right? So you can't stop it once you start it. You can't stop it once you start it. It has to transpose. You see? So I really like the way that this book, I highly recommend this book. You can get it for like $5 on the internet. Just hop on the internet and cop it really quick. I really like the way that this book breaks things down. There's this instruction that I'm going to read next. This last thing here, Kajenmi, where he talks about when you how you. I'm just going to read it here. It's talking about learning information, and how to approach things cautiously. Right? It says the cautious man flourished. The exact one is praised. The innermost chamber openeth unto the man of silence. Wide is the seat of the man gentle of speech, but knives are prepared against one that forceth a path that he advance not, save in due season. If thou sit with a company of people, desire not the bread that thou likest. Short is the time of restraining the heart, and gluttony is an abomination. Therein is the quality of a beast. A cup of water quencheth the thirst. A mouthful of melon supporteth the heart. A good thing standeth for goodness, but some small thing standeth for plenty. A base man is he that is governed by his belly. He departeth only when he is no longer able to fill full his belly in men's houses. Divine wisdom. These are the type of things that you see in this book. It's talking about gluttony, right? It's talking about a speech, right? Having divine speech. It's talking about being cautious on how you move, right? These are all things these are lessons that fathers like teach their sons moving about. These are things that black men need to know moving about throughout society, right? And I like it because it's clusters of information. Like it's not just like one thing. It's different things. Like these are things that guys like just in general, right? Like one straight line is cool, but we realize that there are other perspectives, right? I'm just talking from a male perspective really quick. When we deal with wisdom and people who we think are smart, it's a well-rounded package of intel, right? Well-rounded. It's not just one subject matter, because all these different variables matter, right? All these different variables matter. You have to be able to look outside of an event to see the whole. Remember yesterday we was talking about how you have different laws, right? The law of closure, right? We talked about how when you see things in a certain line, we group them together and we automatically assume that these are grouped together, right? But then there's certain laws where you got to stand outside of it to see the whole, to be able to fill in the blanks with the right intel, right? To put the pieces together, right? That's where we are. We're connecting the dots of knowledge because there are fragments of intel. There are literally fragments of divine masculine intel left, right? So now we're trying to put the pieces back together. And not that we're trying, we're actually doing. I think we're doing a pretty good job, actually, black people. What y'all think? I think we're doing a pretty good job. Smash that like button, that heart button if you learned something today. Right now, smash that like button, that heart button if you just came on. So yeah, I want to delve into the Lighthouse Store, show you what we got going on. Family, I'll be in Greensboro this weekend. So if you're looking to come out and you're looking to hang out with us, hit me in my inbox right now. If you came on late, letting you guys know what's going on for the week. And the colors of the day, yes, are red. So that's what you should be wearing today if you are practicing Kemetic spirituality, right? Let's tap into the product of the day at the Lighthouse Store. As you all know, we have the Lighthouse Store and it's up and running. Going to put the link in the feed. This is the link to the Lighthouse Store. Everybody take a visit. We have the product of the day, which is the Raw Did hoodie. Whoa. I know Raw did. That's what we doing. This hoodie comes in mad colors. And it's fire. It's fire. I ain't even gonna hold you. This is something everybody gotta get. This hoodie is fire and it's ready for the winter. And I'm hyped about it. We put new products every single day on the website. We are slowly but surely building a marketplace that's going to take over the entire industry. Because, you know, we got style. We got style. We're not regular degular. You heard? We're not regular degular. The way we do it, we mix it. We keeping it current. You know what I'm saying? They didn't believe in us. Rod did. They didn't believe in us. There's also a hat that goes with this, a Rod did hat that we got that goes with this hoodie. So definitely go in there, go in the Lighthouse store and check it out. We have Lighthouse Power bracelets back in stock. Those are ready to go. Tibet singing bowls, the pre-orders are sold out. I'm sorry, those are gone. We will have some more coming soon with our first shipment, and I'll be making the announcement of when those will be back available. But go into the Lighthouse store because there's a whole bunch of other things in there that I'm sure you guys would love. Aside from the bracelets, you know, if you want to vibrate with us, you got to have a bracelet. You just got to have it. Like, that's like the minimum. And we also have, that's coming very soon, family. We have new bracelets coming. So get ready for that. If you are a business owner and you would like to sell your products on the Lighthouse store, let me know. We're working on a situation for you guys. We do have some affiliate sales with us, so you can be able to sell your products on the store as well. If you would like to have your product promoted on the show as the product of the day, hit me in my inbox and we'll work out something for you for that as well. But yes, go to Lighthouse Store, do all the shopping that you need, get you a power bracelet, men, women, and children, and as well as some other things, dresses and all that good stuff we got in there. What else? Something. Oh, April. We are going to Iceland. Going to Iceland in April. Cannot wait. She said size matters. Listen, we got them up to like 4X, I think 4 to 5. We got them. We got large ones. Go in the store. Go in there, CM Bailey. Yeah, we got the sizes too. I know some of y'all might be nervous. Say, oh well, they look like they. We got the sizes. We got the sizes. Yes, I made sure of that. With the manufacturers that we're dealing with. I made sure that we have ample sizes for everybody. So go in there, take a look around, click around. We got them large, small, in between, whatever you need. They're there. Yes, we're going to Iceland. So if y'all want to go to Iceland, if y'all want some information on that, hit me in my inbox. I'm working on the list right now, the waiting list for everybody. And we're going to do a Zoom call to get you guys all the information. So I need for you guys to hit me up. If you're interested in Iceland, hit me up today, like right now. Okay. Because we're going to be having that information unleashed. By the time I get back from North Carolina, we're going to have all that information for the family. So I need for y'all to hit me up now if you're interested in going in April with the Lighthouse family to Iceland. Okay, that's going to be a really fun trip. We're going to see Aurora Borealis. All right. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and get on out of here. I love y'all. For the good of all, and to the harm of none, may you manifest every heart's desire. I love you. May the divine force in me be the divine force in you. Ashe, ashe, ashe. Peace, family. I'm going to let the music rock out for a little minute. Y'all can have some fun. Let's get it.
My nigga, you know the word.
Yes.
When I see you in the sunrise, it takes my breath away. I undress. In my mind, I'm playing honest. When it gonna play? You know that time of year when the temperature's rising. Yeah. No telling what you'll find. Yeah. Just when the things outside. Yeah. But nigga, you know the word. Nutcrackers get it wavy, bubble houses for the babies. Got it feeling like the 80s. Summer bringing out the ladies. Yeah. Must be something in the air. Just here anywhere. Can't help but go there. That body's so unfair. Quite like winter fall. The vibe is not the same. Risk it all. Every brother knows you get sundress. Takes my breath away. I undress. In my mind, I'm playing unless. When it gonna feel. Must be the way it falls on your curves. Should be against the law the way you were. I just can't wait for when it comes that time of year. Not quite like winter fall. Vibes not the same. And every brother feels the same. Sundress takes my breath away. I undress. In my mind, I'm playing honest. When it gonna say, I see you in that sundress. Takes my breath away. I undress. In my mind, I'm playing honest.